Fast, urban, tribal, universal, radical. Whoa. How do we live in this crazy, crazy world? A world that's so fast we can hardly think. A world that's so urban with its massive demographic challenges, including social challenges like AIDS. How can we live in a world where we seem to be so tribal that sometimes countries quite literally can fall to pieces? On the other hand, how can we live in a world which is so universal that sometimes we feel we are losing our own identity and culture? How do we live in a world which is so radical that small numbers of activists seem to gain huge power? The answer is we need ethics and values. Ethics is about the passion that we have. It's why we get out of bed in the morning. And we've been talking about ethics and values since the very start of this presentation. I just say this. You can listen to a grand strategy, and you've had one this morning. You can listen to a tremendous vision, and you've had one. But if the people you work with don't care, it's a waste of time. You will only bring change into your organization when people connect with your strategy because they believe in your vision, they believe it's going to make their world and other worlds a better place, and they will work with you to transform it. Companies, publicly listed companies, tend to talk a last century language of profits, growth, and shareholder value. But the people I talk to are talking a different language. And it doesn't matter whether they're from Harvard Business School or London Business School. It doesn't matter if they live in the worst slums in Kolkata or in DRC. It doesn't matter if they're the CEOs of the largest corporations in the world. There is a different language being spoken. And it's not about shareholder value, bottom line profit, and the rest. I've never met, I don't think, a human being who gets out of bed in the morning and says, "Oh, thank God I'm alive today. Let's go and make more shareholder value and bottom line profit and Excel spreadsheet numbers." Put your hands up if you're such a person. But we go on about it quite a lot in our companies. So where is passion then? I'll tell you where passion is. You will find passion when people talk about themselves, their own needs, what they enjoy, the challenge of the job. You'll find passion when people talk about their families, about balancing the different things in their lives, about their children, their husbands, their wives, their partners, their parents, and their close friends. You will find passion when people talk about community. In fact, the vast majority of every conference I've ever talked to gives time to things that you really believe in. Now put your hands up if in the last 2 years you've done, wait for it first. Put your hands up if in the last 2 years you've done something for nothing and MTN did not even pay you to do it, but you just did it. Maybe you shook a tin for the tsunami disaster or for the humanitarian crisis in Darfur. Maybe you help out with a small foundation and you do the accounts of a small charity that looks after AIDS orphans. Maybe you just help do the shopping for an old lady. You hardly know her name, but she lives at the end of your street and she is very, very sick at the moment. Maybe you help out at your children's school, or you're active in your church as I am, or in the synagogue, or the mosque, or wherever it is that you're committed in whatever social group. If you have given time to something outside of your own self in the last 2 years, put your hands up now. Let's have a look. Have a look around. Now, my friends, it's almost everyone. And you see, some of you were too busy, so you outsourced it. You gave money away and someone else gave the time. Now, when you add those two things together, I see this true spirit of MTN, which is more than about making money out of minutes on a phone. There is a passion in this room for a better kind of world, which is why you give time and why you give money. You don't have to do it. You're not paid to, but there is something inside you which drives you, and you will learn more about each other in 30 seconds, sharing the stories about what you do or what you would like to do, than in working with MTN for 10 whole years. This is passion. And that is the driving slogan, I believe, of every telecom company. What is it about? It's about making life better, as we heard earlier this morning. It's about building a better world. It's about connecting people together. It's about allowing people to know when the Land Rover is broken down. It's about taking someone to hospital in time. It's about sending a Valentine's Day card greeting at a cost which someone can afford. It's about allowing someone on $5 a day to run a global business and sell his products and services in London and Madrid using simply SMS to confirm the deal. My friends, you are in a great enterprise. Without mobile telecom, emerging companies will stall. With mobile telecom, with companies like MTN reinventing products for emerging markets, you are in the business of building a better world, and I wish you every success in it. Thank you very much.